Welcome to another study session of the Christian Natural Health Network. Today's study session is entitled Constituent Report, Salicin. Salicin is a phenollytic, alcohol-based glycoside and is found in the bark of the willow tree, which is the genus Salix. Now, the final active ingredient of salicin has analgesic, antipyretic, antiplatelet, and anti-inflammatory properties, and was the chemical template for our modern version of aspirin, acetylacetic acid. Now let's discuss how salicin turns into salicylic acid in our body. Now, before our body can utilize the medicinal properties of the raw salicin derivatives of willow bark extract, it must first be converted by the body into salicylic acid. When the raw willow bark salicin derivatives are taken into the body, they are converted into plain salicin in the stomach and small intestine. Now, at this point, the salicin is carried to the colon, where it is converted to silicyl alcohol. The silicyl alcohol is absorbed in the blood, tissues, and liver, and finally converted to the active ingredient salicylic acid. It is important to note that the natural source of salicin is not converted into the final active ingredient, that is salicylic acid, in the stomach or in the small intestine. This is why willow bark extracts do not cause the stomach lining damage that is associated with man-made chemical synthetic derivatives of salicylic acid, like aspirin, acetylacetic acid. It is a blessing to note how God created this wonderful interaction between medicinal herb and man. In this case, the whole herb must be used to obtain the full power, safety, and synergy of God's medicinal herbs. Now let's discuss some historical background. Now, willow bark has been used for its analgesic, antipyretic or anti-fever, and anti-inflammatory properties for many years now by many different people throughout the world. Scientists in the 19th century noted its use and effectiveness and began to investigate the chemical makeup of the willow bark extract. During the early extraction experiments, they noted and isolated the final active ingredient of salicin breakdown, which is salicylic acid, which was formed outside of the gastrointestinal tract. The scientists noted that salicylic acid was a harsh gastric irritant when taken directly and internally, so they modified it to form acetylsalicylic acid, or again, aspirin. Acetylsalicylic acid was less irritating to the gastrointestinal tract, but it is still strong enough to cause gastrointestinal bleeding, as we all know today. Now, today, synthetic aspirin is used for its vast array of medicinal properties, but always with the potential of internal bleeding and other undesirable side effects. Now let's talk about the great physician's medicine. As we just understood, it is a blessing to note how God, in the natural order of how He created things, created the effective and efficient interaction between herbal medicine and human physiology. Of course, this makes sense since He is our great physician. Not only that, He created us in His image, and He knows us inside and out. God created the willow tree to help heal the nations of pain and suffering. God created the constituents of the willow tree to include salicin. And God created the ingredients of the whole herb to be used safely and effectively within our own bodies. In the case of the willow tree, God's way is safer and more efficient when compared to the tinkering of men in creating synthetic drugs with harsher and more dangerous side effects. In closing, as men continue to discover the healing power of God's natural herbal medicine cabinet, remember to give thanks to God as you use and share this wonderful news about willow bark salicin and its derivatives with others. If you would like to learn more about becoming a Christian herbalist, please visit us online at cnhnetwork.com. That's cnhnetwork.com. Thank you, God bless, take care, until next time.